Hi, welcome to EDUA EDSR 4307, Language Arts in the Classroom. I am your professor for this course, Dr. Melissa Westney. If you've not had me before, I look forward to working with you. So the purpose of this video is to just give you a brief overview of where to find things in Blackboard and a little about the course. I will go over all of this on our first day of class, but this just in case you registered late or you're not able to make the first class or you forget something, this video is here for you to view. So when you open your Blackboard, you will land on the content page. The content page is where you will see all of your modules and find all of your assignments. You will see information about when the course meets for lecture time. But first, let's start out going across the top. So across the top, the next tab is Calendar. The calendar shows you a calendar. The feature I like is the due dates by month. And then I can see everything that is kind of blocked off in yellow. Those are my assignments on the day that they're due. So that might be helpful for some of you to see, but there are several locations of due dates. The announcements tab, this is where I'll post any updates such as maybe a class is being canceled, a reminder about due dates, any changes. The announcements will also get sent to your Solros email, so it's very important that you regularly check your Solros email. Right here is where you can find your discussion boards for the course. This course does have 4 discussion boards. They can also be found on the content page. It's very important that you check your gradebook often. So here's another place you can find due dates. You can also open an assignment directly from the gradebook. When an assignment's been graded, this little gray icon will change to a color and you'll see a score. And then if there's written feedback, you'll see a little icon here that you're able to click open and read my feedback. Under the Messages tab, you're able to send me a message or one of your classmates a message. If you message me through Blackboard, I do ask that you please click the box that says to send it as an email. If you do not do this, then Blackboard does not notify me there's a message and it could take me a little longer to respond. The fastest way to get a response from me is through emailing me directly through the Solros email or sending me a text message. This class will have groups. I have not yet set those groups, so you will be in a book study group. Once I've assigned groups, you'll be able to see the other members in your book study group. Going back to the content page, up at the top is where you can access course materials. You will get an email that explains how to access your course materials, but the link is also directly here in Blackboard. So once you get those instructions, please follow those. Then below that is your modules. So the very first module is just the start here. So under here, you'll see information if you're not sure how to navigate Blackboard Ultra. If you've not had me before, you can open that and learn some information. How to get started is where this video will be posted, and it lets you know when we meet. Something important to note is we do have live class sessions. If you live in Alpine, you're an Alpine student, you will attend in person on campus with me. If you are an RGC student or you do not live in Alpine near the campus, then you will log in through Blackboard Collaborate and join through the class lecture button. Right here is my cell number. If you do send a text, just please identify the course and your name so I know how to answer your question. And then there's information here for Blackboard support. Up here at the top, I can always go to the next item or the previous item, or you can always click the X to go back to your main content page. So here is your syllabus. In the syllabus, you will see the course description, any books that are for the course. This course is also what is called a Connecting with Students for Success course. So that's information about that right there, just making sure you know that I will provide you friendly, timely feedback. I'll be holding you to high expectations. I will hold an individual meeting with you at some point during the semester, and I will work to learn everyone's names. So that's right there. Below that are your class assignments. And then most important, your assignment schedule. So here is yet another place to find due dates. So anything in bold is an assignment, and the corresponding due date is over here to the right. The modules, you can see what dates we'll be working through that module over here. And then below that is all of your other course syllabus information. In this class, you're expected to use basic APA format. So right here is a link to Purdue OWL, which is a really great website to find information on how to format papers. But I've also included a couple videos. So the expectation will be for you to have your paper double-spaced, 12-point Times New Roman font. And then if you reference your textbook or an article, that you include an in-text citation. So if you're not familiar with how to do that, this information here will help you. Something important to note is I do not need you to do a cover page for assignments. Rather, you'll put your name, date, the course, and the assignment in the upper right-hand corner of your paper. Notice as I navigate, it's showing me that I've started 3 out of 5 components of this module. If you want to indicate that you have looked at it, you understand, you've reviewed it, if you hover over the circle and click, it's going to give you a little green check mark, and now you can see that it's showing 1 of 5 items are completed. So if you like to keep track, this is a way for you to keep track. And it also shows me on my end what students have opened and what they've marked as complete. Below that is your first module. All of the modules are set up very similarly, so I'll just go through module 1. So each module will start with an overview. In that overview, you will see what you'll learn during this, the objectives, and then any reading assignments will be listed there for you. Next, in this module, there is the information on STR, links to the TEK standards. Each module will also contain videos. So in the videos, you can click the play button and watch it directly in Blackboard. Or if you click on watch on YouTube, it'll open a YouTube page and you can expand it to make it larger. And then under that will be any assignments. So something important I want to point out, let's say it's a written assignment. Well, when I open it, you'll see it does not give me much information. To see the actual directions, you need to click Start Attempt. Do not worry, this is not submitting an assignment. It's just letting you see the directions. So here are the directions. Anytime there's an example, I have that linked as well. So for this one, there is. All of my assignments are graded using a rubric. So over here, you'll see the due date. You'll see how many points it's worth. And then if you click this blue link, the rubric will open. The down arrows is how you expand. So you'll see how many points it's worth and a description of what you need to do to get that quantity of points. So I always encourage students, before you submit an assignment, open the rubric and use it as kind of a checklist to make sure you've met all of the qualifications for your assignment. Nothing gets sent to me until you hit this submit button. Once you hit the submit button, I'm able to access your work. If you just save and close, I am not able to access or see your assignment. Again, discussion boards, remember you can find those here, but they're also under the modules. So each discussion board will have a prompt, and then it will give you some choices on what you need to do for the discussion board. So here you can type directly in, or you can include an attachment of a Word document. You will also see the due date. It's also graded with a rubric and the quantity of points. So that is what you will find under each module. So all the modules are set up very similarly. There are a total of 7 modules. Below that, you will see a link for student support. So here you will find Blackboard help, and I want to point out tutor.com. If you weren't aware, as a SOLRA student, you have free access to tutor.com, which provides 24/7 tutoring services. So even if you're not struggling in this course, let's say you're struggling in a math or a science course, you can access tutor.com through this Blackboard as well to get the help that you need. The final thing under here is your course survey. Your course survey, towards the end of the semester, you will get a survey. And if you complete that survey and take a screenshot and submit it there, you will get 10 extra credit points. So that is how to navigate Blackboard. The other thing I want to point out, again, I will discuss this in class, but in case you missed class, this class has 2 textbooks, but you also have a novel to read that we will be doing a book study on. So if I click here, you'll see what the book looks like. The book is called Refugee, and there's a little bit about the book of what to expect. So we will conduct what are called literature circles or group discussions on sections of the book. So here's where you will find what sections of the book you should be reading. You will eventually see right here your groups. I have not formulated groups yet, but once they are there, it'll be posted here. So it's very important that you look through all information, you read through everything in Blackboard to make sure you understand. For the book study, you actually will get 3 grades for the book study. One of those grades is every person will get a chance to be a group leader. So you'll do a group leader report for your book discussion. That'll be worth 30 points. While you're reading the book, you will want to keep a journal. Your journal format is up to you, but you'll turn in the journal towards the end of the semester, and your journal will be worth 70 points. And the final thing is you will do a book study project, and that project will be worth 100 points. And I will go over those in more detail in class, but that's just a heads up. You will want to start reading this book right away. You'll want to keep up with your journal so that you're not scrambling last minute to try to complete it. So that is where you find things in Blackboard. Again, I will go over these items in class. It's very important that you attend class. I do take attendance, and I do give a participation grade for the class. To get your participation grade, you need to, first of all, attend class each week. You will want to have your camera on if you are logging in through Blackboard. And at some point, you'll want to unmute and contribute by asking questions or answering questions or discussing in your small groups. So that's how you get your participation grade. As we go through the class, please reach out if you don't understand something or if you have questions. My goal is always to have students feel successful and be able to successfully pass this course. So I look forward to getting to know all of you and meeting you all soon.